Hello and welcome to Cryptic Change. Today I'm going to be talking about how best to invest $1,000 if I were to start out today as a totally new crypto investor. And this is a question that pops up all the time. I'm asked it almost daily and I keep getting all these private messages from all kinds of people. So I thought, why not just make a video about it so I can just direct them back to this. And even though I am of course not a financial advisor, so you should not take this video as a crypto gospel, but I have been in the scene for some 8 or 9 years now, and I made my first investment back in 2014, and I've seen my investment grow some 12,000% since then. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, it's actually kinda easy. But first I must ask you to please click that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out, and it's a great encouragement for me to keep on making these videos. So to jump right into it, if I was to start out afresh today, what I would do would be to divide my investment into 3 separate parts. The first part being the safest and biggest one would of course be Bitcoin. This is the crypto OG, it's been around the longest, it's adopted all over the world from retailers and institutions, and you can buy it anywhere now on tons of exchanges or private vendors or ATMs or whatever. So we've long since come to a point where the adoption has grown so big that I actually feel it's way safer to own Bitcoin than US dollar or any other stable coin at this point, which is why I'm almost afraid to sell my Bitcoin, since time and time again have shown that it's almost always a bad financial choice to get rid of Bitcoin. But then again, every time I say this to the newcomers, I always hear the same arguments. They always say that, oh, but Bitcoin is too expensive now. It's already grown so much and it can't keep going up forever. But the thing is, that's exactly what people were saying some 7 or 8 years ago. They said it in 2012, 2013, 14, 15, etc. Always with the same argument, and it's been proven wrong time and time again. Because the simple fact of it is that Bitcoin is still nowhere near the top. It will continue to grow, and it is a very safe bet. All you gotta do is stick with it. Don't try to trade the market, don't sell out when it goes down, and don't see if you can swap it around to make some extra here and there. Just buy in and hold, and you're almost guaranteed a fantastic reward of at least 10x within the next 3 to 5 years, and that's a very conservative guess. So since this is by far the safest bet you can make in the crypto scene, this is also where I would put most my money in the hypothetical $1,000 investment. And I would put at least 70% or $700 in BTC and just forget about it. Put it in a hardware wallet, or even better, in an interest earning platform like BlockFi, and wait for 2 halvings, so that's something like 7 or 8 years, and you will be laughing at how much you've made. And with that all said, let's move on to the other third of this equation, which is of course the medium safe bets, which also have a lot of potential. These are your ETH, BNB, LTC, Link, etc. that have a much smaller market cap than Bitcoin, and thus also a bigger chance to grow. So if you want to play the market just a little bit, you can put a portion of your investment here. But I highly advise against investing more than you would in your safe Bitcoin allocation. And the reason for this is that even though several of these coins might very well have some great advantages to Bitcoin, like being faster, cheaper, and all around better, the thing is that we've seen tons of other coins like this before too, and they have all disappeared. And these days, everybody's going crazy for the ADA, DOT, VET, etc. And many are going to rather extreme lengths of praising all these coins. And while many of them might very well be great coins, so were the EOS or the Stellar or the Dash, the LSK, the Steam, XVG, SNT, etc. There were so many of these, and not in the least, of course, the BCH or Bitcoin Cash, which was said to be so much better than Bitcoin. And the BCH advocates were laughing at the regular Bitcoiners for not switching all their funds over to BCH. Or how about the Neo or even the Kin? Do you remember those? Oh, how stupid you were in 2017 if you didn't buy into Neo and King, which were sure to conquer the world. And it was the same back in 2013 too, when you had the Name Coin and Peer Coin and Terra Coin, IX Coin, and so many others. Have you even heard any mention of these in the last 7 years or so? Yet all of these were promised to be the next big thing, with several of them also said to be sure to overtake Bitcoin within just a couple of years. Where are they now? Okay, fair enough, some of them might still be keeping afloat just barely, but most of them have disappeared into oblivion and lost 99% of their value. And that is even though they had great potential and fantastic fundamentals. Because the simple truth of it is that it takes more than that to become successful in the crypto scene. There's trends and regulations and influencers and all sorts of other things that decide what becomes big and what doesn't. That is, of course, not to say that they are all hopeless. A very select few have also outperformed Bitcoin, and I also have a little bit of ETH, ADA, DOT, and Link in my portfolio, just to be on the safe side in case they should actually manage to do what they are hyped up to be. But the point here is that this is all a much smaller part than my Bitcoin holdings. So if you're feeling like taking a little bit more risk, then absolutely find some coins you like and put a part of your investment here. But from the 1000 USD, I would put no more than 20% or 200 USD. And then we come over to the last section where we find the super risky bets. These are your YLD, your Track, your QLC, and even things like SafeMoon. All these are basically your unicorn coins, which have very small market caps that may grow a lot, but probably won't. So if you're feeling very frisky, then it can be fun to get into some of these, and they usually have very lively and hyper positive communities where people will praise them like it's the new messiah or something. But therein also lies the warning in that these communities can often feel like cults. And some of them will even have very strict moderators who will actually delete critical posts, which is always a huge red flag in my book. But all that said, I still also have a few favorite in this field myself that I have a lot of faith in. And here's looking at you, Filda and ELA and BMU. But still, I've only invested a little bit in them, even though I really love the project. And that's simply because in all my years in the crypto scene, I've seen this happen so many times, where fantastic, amazing coins just wither away. So my bets in this section is basically just that I hope they will prove me wrong. And that's also why I have only invested 10% or $100 in this section. So there you have it. Those are my ideas about how I would invest $1,000 today. You must, of course, go out and find your own path in this crypto scene. But whatever you do, the most important is always that you do not skip out on Bitcoin. And I keep seeing new investors all the time showing, hey, I just made my first investment, and it's only various altcoins from the second or third section mentioned in this video. And that's also why this old meme keeps popping up time and time again. So unless you want to be that guy, then yeah, buy into Bitcoin. And that's all I have for you today, my cryptic friends. I hope someone out there found all this helpful, and please remember to click that like and subscribe button, and have a very profitable day.